Anyway, join me next time where I'll be reviewing The Fortunate Fawn.
No, you better not review that next. I was gonna do that.
What, really?
No, I was just yanking your chain. I just don't want you to review it. It sounds really boring.
But this kid has a pet fawn in it!
More like pet yarn!
Time for another wonderful year of never reviewing Fortunate Fawn. Sure, I keep tempting fate by putting it on polls and talking to myself about it, but I'm sure no one will actually ever vote for it. Thanks, Patreon. This is everyone else's fault but mine. This review was 5 years in the making. Would be a complete and utter lie. I mean, I joked about reviewing it back when I did my Aladdin $1 video without the intention of ever actually covering it, but that seems to have sparked some interest, and now I guess we're finally gonna do this. So, The Fortunate Fawn...
No, Phelan! I told you 5 years ago not to review Fortunate Fawn! Do you think I was joking? I hope that's enough for you. I'm done saying that.
Blurry Andrew Dickman, what are you doing here? And yeah, I know you said that. I wrote those lines for you.
Yeah, you know what, Phelan? You're really cute with all this meta crap, but you know what? I'm not gonna go by your script this time. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna totally improv this crap. I still seriously don't want you to review this. Fortunate Fawn. I called this Fortunate Yawn back then, and I meant it. What are you doing?
I'm looking for the time code so I can tell people down below where to skip to for the actual review.
Okay, sweet. Send that my way as well. I'm already bored of this segment, so, I can't believe you're still doing skits like this in 2017. I mean, God, why don't you do something like, you know, unboxing videos or something, you know, Let's Plays. Those are big now. Or how about saying something really racist? That's big now on YouTube.
Something racist. That sounds like a really good idea. Wait a second, Andrew!
Freeze frame. That's our Andrew text. Alright.
Actual review starts at time code here, guys. Actually, it doesn't, because I'm going to talk some history first. Oh boy! As some of you likely already know, Fortunate Fawn is not the original title of this cartoon. It's just some name that I'm guessing East West decided to slap on it when they dumped these DVDs into dollar stores. And even that was overreaching in some cases, as Fortunate Fawn $1 only actually cost me 33 cents. I'd be a lot angrier if this was the one that cost me 34 cents. What's actually on these Fortunate Fawn DVDs is the English dub for the anime adaptation of The Yearling. The Yearling was originally a novel in 1938, but really picked up in, popularity, maybe, in 1946 when it was made into a film by MGM. After the movie, people clamored for more, and just 48 years later, we got another movie adaptation, this time made for TV. The original story is pretty much Old Yeller, but with a deer. The parents of the main kid, Jody, make him shoot his pet deer Flag because it's eating their corn or something. So yeah, that sounds fun, doesn't it? The anime adaptation was originally released in 1983 and spanned for 52 episodes. The episodes contained on this so-called Volume 1 are not the first 2 episodes, because why would they be? There's no giant skips in the middle of this one though, so it's a giant leap forward compared to Aladdin $1. East West clearly only put their best effort into the good stuff, like Fortunate Fawn and dingo cartoons. So, I don't exactly know which episodes Country Hearts and Downright Neighborly are exactly, as any episode list I found gives the English translation for the Japanese titles rather than the ones given for the English dub. Hell, IMDb doesn't even have any episodes listed. It says this series contains a whopping 0 episodes. This is a mostly forgotten cartoon which explains why it's East West distributing it, and why they didn't even bother to keep the original title on it. IMDb also only has 4 voice actors listed for this, but the ones they do give still seem to be working today. And a lot of you probably already know the voice of Barbara Goodson, who was Rita Repulsa. She doesn't do anything close to that voice in this though, surprise. Alright, let's actually start watching this. Timecode. By the way, this cartoon of course originally had an opening, but these DVDs cut it off because I assume they were too lazy to change the title from the Yearling to Fortunate Fawn, so it just opens up with the title card. Even the title card is boring. Exciting tales, lies.
Go on, get over there.
God has shown no mercy on us at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right about now. Oh crap! She's got corn! Run away with your deer, you little fool! Oh, this is so whimsical. I hate it!
Flag, don't be afraid to jump over it. That's what a deer does best, you know? Hey, Flag, you're nothing but a baby. Hey, cut it out. Hey,
How long is this? They lied on the back, shockity shock. The runtime is 47:42, but you know, if you watch this in half speed, it's sorta close to their lie. Though this thing feels slow enough in regular speed. Just like me!
Flag, you're a spoiled, rotten brat.
I didn't think that was gonna be in the cartoon! Man, that was real.
Hey, what is it, huh?
Wow, it's wood in the forest.
What do you know? It's my old floater mill. You remember when you first saw that, Flag?
We're seriously having a flashback of these two dopes watching a mini mill in the water. Exciting tales!
Oh, the only way it could have got caught all the way up here is if the water got this high. I'm drowning. Oh.
Your death will be slow, human.
Glad someone is having fun. Now keep it down, asswipe.
Come on, let's get over to Fodder Wings. Pa's waiting for the tools he's borrowing from Mr. Forrester.
Ugh, that season where Forrester sent Jody and Flag up to the SOL was the worst.
And it was the animals owed it to little Robin's cleverness.
Robin's gonna find the panther's treasure.
The diamonds, my God.
My father doesn't lie.
Your father, the Black Panther, is your father?
Really?
What are you doing there?
I'm drowning. Oh.
Perhaps
We could become friends. I don't know. I think we should be enemies. Certainly.
Oh, Butterwing, I thought you might have been washed away by the storm.
I sure hoped that would have been the case anyway. You're the worst, Jody. I know.
And I thought the next time I saw you.
Oh, it was just a friendly slap to the face. That's how they greet each other in Boringsville.
You must have been trembling with fear all week long. There was nothing to be scared of. It was only a storm.
Yes, please do keep going on about an event that happened in an episode before this one. What a great choice for the first episode on Volume 1. Choice, yeah, like anyone from East West bothered watching these. I'm sure the episodes were picked at random.
Oh, you know, Butterwing.
Fodderwing, you little loser. Even that little fawn who is ever so fortunate is gonna beat the crap out of you, then you can go fodderwing down the river.
My pa and brothers were saying that it might be a good idea to move out of the woods altogether. Really? Are we gonna have to leave the woods too, Pa?
It's too early to say for sure, Jody.
Well, I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave either, son.
I sure would hate to miss all the excitement around here. Six years later.
Flag! Oh, Flag, come back here now. You must think that you're pretty darn smart getting away from me like that. Oh, Flag, you come back here.
Well, I didn't see anything amusing just happen, but that boom sure seems to think hilarity just ensued. Oh, I tell you, this cartoon is just too wacky. Now for some even crazier antics. Fortunate Fawn! It brings to life all the monotony you can handle and more!
If we end up moving away from the woods, then you and me can't be together anymore.
And then I can't be forced to shoot you. I trust you see why this is bad. I sure do hate this. The excitement continues to never start as Jody and company go off to see how much damage the storm has caused, but Flag can't come along! Oh wow! Super dilemmas! So, a real plot isn't coming then.
We may be out a couple of days or more.
Make it more! In fact, you really don't have to come back.
Let's go.
Were there ever kids that this appealed to? I might get it a little more if this was in the middle of the 70s, but this was made in 83. And what kid in Japan was going, oh, I could watch one of our 10 million combining robot cartoons, but I'd much rather see people dealing with the tedium of living in the woods with no technology where once in a while something big might happen, like it gets kinda hot outside. Better watch yourself, Jody. Getting kinda hot out here. Oh, wow! I better give water to my deer! Ha 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 ha! Yup! Ah!
Huh? Looks like a dug-up graveyard.
Well, that's fun. Though these animals did get to escape this cartoon, so it should be called Fortunate Dead Animals and the Sucker Fawn. Little young for a heart attack, aren't you?
Oh no, Flag. Flag's lucky.
Wrong!
If you hadn't found him and brought him home as your pet, then he'd be dead too.
Yes, because all other deer died in this storm, you little idiot. And that's why we no longer have deer today.
Hey, look! Oh, there's a fish up there.
I didn't know we had fish trees out here. We ought to get ourselves some fish seeds. I assume that was the cartoon attempting to put itself out of its misery.
Huh?
All the ahs of an anime, but without any of the interesting things for them to be awing at.
This is sure a lot worse than I expected.
Yup!
Yeah. Hey, Doc, you still with us?
No, I'm dead!
What does it say?
I've decided to leave this cartoon for a more exciting one. If y'all ever travel over to Bevan Field's Beauty and the Beast, be sure not to give me a call.
Your old doc here has decided to pack up and move to the seacoast.
Why? His current property's now a waterside place.
Minor illnesses will be considered if there's a case of good whiskey in it for me.
Huh?
I need a drink. May have been a little bit too much rum.
Hey, look!
Let's see what that old sucker left behind and laugh at nothing some more.
Huh?
Shoot!
You really want to go to town that much? Huh? You'd move away just because of a stupid old storm?
Just because his land is wrecked and he can't survive, he wants to move? What an idiot! Doesn't he know that Jody is a pet fawn?
In town, you don't starve. Maybe not, but well, you know how it is. You work on a farm, too.
We seriously needed a flashback to farming? Did Jody really have to remember what farming entailed?
That's why I ain't gonna be a farmer. You're just chicken.
Holy crap, never realized that the only reason people didn't become farmers was because they were chicken. Learning some good stuff here.
You're chicken. Well, if you didn't have Flag, then you'd probably want to go to town, too. Oh.
Hey, you two, knock it off.
Whoa!
Whoa! Inane noise combo!
A wildcat and deer.
So, they gonna do anything to help the wildcat and the deer? Nah, they're just gonna watch them float down the river and laugh like jackasses! Besides, it's not like any of these characters are particularly attached to deer.
You've got a raccoon and a squirrel. Yeah, but it's not quite the same as you and Flag, Jody. You and him are just like brothers. Oh, yeah.
Too early credit jokes. Might be me projecting my wishes a little. Nah, instead it's Fodderwing's jackass father trying to kill a bunch of bears. I mean, if it was Grumpy Bear, I'd get it, but it's not. This guy just wants to kill them all despite not even having any way to actually take that many back. Just keep punching your son so you can kill the bears. Anyway, they're not moving from the woods. Surprise! What a great episode to start Volume 1 off with, especially where it barely featured the title character.
Oh, Slewfoot. Boy, you sure had survived.
Well said. What? On to our second trip down the damn deer hole. In this episode, Flag finds a little baby fox. Damn it. I know it's a stupid 80s anime, but oh, look at the little fox.
It's the end of winter. It's mating season.
Mating season? What season's that?
Something you'll never know about, boy. You were a giant mistake, and I refuse to allow you to make any more little mistakes of your own. Judy, we're getting you fixed.
Every spring, the male and female mate so they can reproduce.
Probably not a very good idea. Spiderwing? You know what mating season is? It's when animals make babies. So then you think there's a mating season for people?
You know, I'm just casually wondering if you love staring into my googly eyes as much as I do yours. So, I didn't think it was really possible for less to be going on than what we saw in the last episode, but it seems Fortunate Fawn is always the answer to make all your nightmares come true. The two little geniuses at work decide to put the little fox pup in a box and wait for its mother to come along. Of course, this takes them what seems like several years to accomplish, at which point the fox has graduated and become the new owner of this land, so it kicks Jody and his boring farm crap family off to go make some other poor sap's lives worse just for having known them. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm somewhat less than enthralled with this cartoon. Alright, only a few weeks go by before the excitement of an armadillo showing up happens. What a non-stop thrill ride. The two little bozos opened the cage for this. Apparently they thought maybe the armadillo gave birth to a fox. Happens all the time. Then I guess what is probably the best part out of everything on this damn DVD happens, where Flag chases down the little fox to save it from drowning. Just like the jackasses didn't do in the other episode. But yeah, it is kinda cute seeing the deer go out of its way to save the fox pup, and there's no inane banter from the annoying human characters during this scene, so yeah, this is the part that had me the most genuinely engaged. Take that for what it's worth.
There they are. You found them.
That stupid Jody. I do not miss him at all. But, oh!
Darn you, Flag! Oh! I wish the deer talked, honestly, because then there would be a little more happening!
Because you know it's a real big step to get married and have kids and all that kind of stuff like that. Do you think you're gonna do it? Well, after today, maybe never.
That's my boy, and if you ever have a change of heart... Oh look, Flag managed to not only save the fox, but also reunited it with its mother. That's Flag 2, Jody minus 10,035. And I guess that goes to show that the animals are better off not near stupid Jody. Maybe the fortunate part of the title's supposed to be ironic.
I'm real glad. Yeah, I'm real glad too. Yeah, I'm real glad. Yeah, I'm real glad too. Yeah, I'm real glad. Yeah, I'm real glad too. Yeah, I'm real glad.
But how did you boys manage to find his mother?
Well, we didn't. It was Flag who found her.
Well, then I fail to understand what it was you two were doing well into the nighttime.
Mating season.
It seems like it was rather a wasted day.
It sure was. So, it finally happened. I finally reviewed this silly thing. I hope you're all happy. But hey, now when people search this, it can actually go to something. This really was a hard one to watch for me. I kept distracting myself when I was watching this just because I wanted to be doing anything else. This really reminds me of one of those dull cartoons you'd find on TV if you woke up way too early back in the day, around like 5 or 6 a.m. And back in those dark ages, you might actually be bored enough to sit there and watch it for a little until you remembered there was more to life and you shouldn't waste it away by watching brain-numbing stories of a boy and his deer. I liked the fox though, it was cute. I remember now it was only a joke that I was going to review this and I never actually meant to. So now I need to fire up the old skits in 2017 accelerator and stop myself from ever joking about it. Then I won't actually have to make this video. Ahem. You know, I could have just gone back a few weeks ago and stopped myself from making that poll on Patreon. Oh well, now that I'm back here in this creepy handprint shed that doesn't exist anymore, I can say... Crap! Stupid quantum leap Swiss cheesing my memory. Help? Listen, what am I supposed to be doing here?
According to Ziggy, Phelan. Oh, screw it. Say you're gonna review Fortunate Fawn next.
Oh, okay. Anyway, join me next time where I'll be reviewing The Fortunate Fawn.
Seem too friendly. These monsters seem so fake. My nerves, they're gonna break. Feelings don't let me down. You need to be around to grab that running one up and blast that scene.
What are you doing? Is this another Phelous-ism? You know, I don't watch your show. I do watch your show, by the way. Don't worry about that.
Join me next time where I'll be reviewing The New Adventures of Heidi. No, not doing this again. I'm not reviewing this one. It's not even a cartoon. And look at this. I've left the plastic wrap on this for 5 years, and I don't feel like changing that.
Say a racist comment. Don't keep that one in. You're gonna keep that one in.